Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing Zipper Line, a 9 steps tutorial. If you remember a while back, I was saying that Tuesdays we should really focus on far more approachable puzzles. And I haven't really stuck to that mission, ambition, commitment. Haven't really done very well of them. I think I've done 3 or 4 of these. Slightly more approachable puzzles on Tuesdays, and really I should be doing more of them, if I'm honest. Now, these puzzles in particular, these 9-step tutorial ones, they tend to look fairly approachable, but then I tried one of them earlier, and it's actually maybe not quite as straightforward as some of the other puzzles I have featured. They will take probably more than 5 minutes for most of us, potentially including the one that I'm actually going to be playing today as well. One thing that is pretty good about them, though, is that they basically focus on one Sudoku variant. And unsurprisingly, from the title, and if you look at the activity that Sleuth is up to, it's all about zip lines today, or zipper lines. As you can see, Sleuth riding one, zipping down all the way through this, what looks like a mountain really, rather than a hill, and having a cracking good time. Let's take a look at today's puzzle. So, 9-step tutorial, zipper line by, I'm going to pronounce this as Azireo, and hopefully that was close enough. If the constructor ever does see it and I'm mispronouncing it, please do let me know. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 through to 9 in every cell, and they cannot repeat in any row, in any column, and in any 3x3 box. Then we have, of course, the zipper line itself. If you've seen these before, you're going to be familiar with them. Essentially, almost think of them like a zip. As you zip them away from the middle digit, all of these cells need to come up to the same sum. So essentially, let's say this is summing up to an 8. Then these two cells need to sum up to 8 again, such as 2, 6. These two cells need to sum up to 8 again, such as 3, 5, for example. Clearly an awful one because you can see we're running out of digits here. But that's essentially kind of the idea, is that digits that are an equal distance from the middle of the line have to sum up to whatever the value is on the middle of the line. Now, the value of the middle line doesn't always have to be on a cell. So in some cases, you can see the circle in here, which Azireo helpfully showed us where the middle is for all of these zip lines. They're actually in the middle between two cells. So at least in some of these lines, the sum doesn't even have to be a single digit. We might have sums of 10, 12, 20, who knows? Up to us to find out. So, if you feel like joining Sleuth, zipping down that line from the mountain, or if you feel like something a little bit less exciting, but hopefully equally enjoyable, link will be in the description down below as usual for you to play along. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock, see how I get on. Now, box 1, I think, is fairly obvious. Somewhere in this box, there has to be a 9. If I try and place it anywhere in this box, what it's really saying is that there is a partner digit that, I mean, I placed it in a kind of poor spot, but let's say it was here. There's a partner digit that is at least 2, because the 1 is already taken, and somehow we're going to have to write an 11 in here. So that's clearly nonsense. This is the 9. And as soon as we place that 9, well, we know what the total is. This 1, and whatever this digit is, has to add up to 9, so that will be an 8. If we think about row 2 next, and I'm very deliberately thinking about row 2, because I know 8 and 9 are no longer here. And the question is, can I put 8 or 9 in there? And 9 obviously is tricky for the exact same reasons that we went through. If I put a 9 in here, whatever digit I put along, now the minimum is 4, that's 13 in the middle. That's ridiculous in one cell. That's not possible. So 9 is clearly on one of these two cells. We'll figure out what that means in a moment. The other part of my idea, though, is I'm not even sure I can put an 8 on here. Because you see, because of the placement of the 1, 2, and 3, this would create 8 and 4 as an absolute minimum, which is still way too big to put as a sum in a single cell. These would be 12. That is less than 10. So that's not going to work. We've got 8 and 9 in here. The 3 is going to be partnering with this digit. The 8 and 9 is going to be partnering with a digit in here. And depending on what the partner is of the 3, the sum is either 12 or 11. So if this is 3 and 8, that would be 11, that would be 9 and 2. If this is 3 and 9, that would be 12, and then that would be 8 and 4, to make sure that adds up to 12. Right, what else? I mean, the 1, 2, 3 placement is clearly very deliberate here for box 1, so let's think about the remaining digits for a second. So we're left with 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm actually just going to do something more for my sanity. You're going to see me do this fairly regularly so that I don't make a mistake when I'm trying to think which ones are grouped together. So remember the ones that I am coloring right now. The same color, the 2 digits have to sum up to 9. I'm going to just, for my benefit, just 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure 6 and 7 do not work in here. Well, they could. I could put 6, 7 there with 2 or 3. Yeah, so it could. What I'm going to say, though, is 4 and 5, both of them can't be here, because they add up together to get to 9. Am I just overcomplicating this? I must be. Let's just think about... Yes, it is. I am way overcomplicating this. Let's keep this far simpler. What 2 cells can actually add up to a single digit in here? And the answer is 4, 5. Any other combination is not going to work. So that's 4, 5. That's a 9. These are no longer 4, 5. That's 6, 7. And essentially their partners are 2 or 3. That leaves 4 and 5 here to add up to 9 in the green cells. I don't really need the colors anymore, so I am going to lose them, but kind of a worthwhile trick, I think, just to sort of keep a running order of what's going on. So we have 4 and 5. We need 2 more digits to add up to 9. Well, it's not 1, 8, it's not 2, 7, and it's not 4, 5. This is 3, 6. That gives us an order for things. This is now a 2. Its partner must be a 7. That means this is a 3. Its partner must be 6. That 3, 6 is looking in here. It's not giving us any more digits. That's fine. Now we have, I'm going to say 1, 7, and 8 to complete whatever this row is for box 2. Then we're left with a few things. We definitely have a 6. What else? Definitely have a 6, and it's not this cell, because that's a 6. So that's a 6. Remember the 3 with the 8 or the 3 with the 9? If it was a 3 with a 9, that's adding up to 12. Well, apparently the partner to add up to 12 with a 6 would be another 6, and that would immediately break. So, long way of saying this is 8. We're now adding up to 11. Therefore, that's 9. That's 2. That's 4. That's 5. Did I? No. I don't know why I immediately went for. That would be 4 or 5. Has to be a 5 to add up to 11 with a 6. That is 4, that is 5. And that's all we can do at the top for the moment. We can pencil mark what these are. These are 1, 4, and 7, I'm going to say. 6, this is going to be 1, 5, 2, 4. We can see the 4 and 5 are both seeing the cell. So this is 1 or 2 with 4 or 5, and it's not a 5. That's 4, that's 2, that's not a 4, I meant to say. And what do we have in here? It's not 4, 5, 6 or 7, 8. I'm pretty sure this is a 9. So kind of one way of thinking about these zipper lines is what, especially when the digits are unique, what it's saying is that you need a digit in here that is big enough to have at least 2 different ways, as in 2 different pairs that add up to that value. So imagine, for example, that this was a 3. That's too small because the only way you can get to 3 with 2 unique digits is 1 and 2. And you can't fill in these. When you get onto 5, you can do, of course, 1, 4, and 2, 3, but 5 is visible. 6 is here. 7 is here. 8 is there. The only one that's left really is 9. And we know that these 2 cells and these 2 cells have to add up to 9. Probably worthwhile thinking about column 5 now, especially for the 9 zipper line, because we've got so many digits placed. So we know that pair is not 1, 8. It's not 2 7, and it's not 4 5. It is in fact 3 6. Continuing with column 5, and I'm probably going to color this last zip line because trying to keep track of all of this is not really going to be that easy. So purple, blue. Reason I'm doing that is I'm going to kind of pencil in all of these items, and just knowing what their partners are might actually help eliminate quite a few different options as soon as I pencil mark it. So that would be, let's say, light gray. This will be dark gray. I don't need to pencil mark these. Right, so orange, that's pencil mark. Right, 178. So we know that there's another 2 of these digits plus a 4. So we have 1478 with a definite 4. Now, the 4 plus its partner from 178, not 8. Why do I have 8 in any of these? Plus its partner from 1 and 7 has to add up to a number that is larger than whatever 9 is adding up to with this cell. 1 and 4 would add up to 5. The 9 would have to add up with negative 4 to come up to the same sum. There's no way this is a 1. This is 4 and 7. Therefore, we're trying to add up this zip line to 11, and the partner of that 9 is now a 2. 4 and 7 bounce back up. That's a 1. This is not 178. This is taking the 1s out. And we need all of these cells now, all of these pairs of cells to add up to 11. The 8, that's got to be a 3. The 7, that's got to be a 4. These are not, well, they can be 2, 9 in a very specific order. That order, not the other way around. 3, 8 is not available. 4, 7 is not available. And at the moment, 5, 6 is also available. Light gray, is that really the way to go about it? Or should I be thinking about this cell? I can kind of use classic Sudoku and the zipper lines to make a bit of progress. So for example, where does 4 go in box 5? Well, classic Sudoku says it's in none of these cells. So it's one of these two. If I put a 4 in here, I need its partner, the 5, which I can't place. So that's not a 4. That's a 4. That's a 5. That's a 4. That 3 actually gave me a 6 and a 3 earlier. I just didn't use it. What else do we know? 2 and 9 is looking pretty good in here. So is 1, 8 to be fair. What else do I know? Hmm. 11? Yeah, green. So it's not 2, 9. It's not 3, 8. It's not 4, 7. Green has to be 5, 6. Can't be anything else. This is starting to look very restricted. So blue can only be, well, it can only be 2, 9 or 3, 8 because 4, 7 and 5, 6 is gone. Now 2, 9, well, this can't be a 2. This can't be a 9. So it'd have to be in this order, 2, 9. 3, 8 would have to be in this order. That would be the 3. That would be the 8. But so far, haven't actually confirmed which one it is. And up here we need 1, 2, 3 with a definite 1 to complete the column. What about here? We need a second 8, 9. This is not it. A second 2, 3. This is not it. And a definite 1. I feel like I'm missing something that would just make this a little bit easier. Maybe some more pairs that I'm not spotting, such as this one. What is this? It's not, again, 8, 3 or 4, 7. It could be 2, 9 again in this order. 2 here, 9 there. Yeah, that looks fine. And then 5, 6, it isn't. That's 2, that's 9. That eliminates the 2, 9 options from here. That is now 5, 6. Doesn't help me with this 9. Okay. 4, 7 means these are 1, 8. The 1, 8 are looking at this 8, 9. That's a 9. I made a mistake. Where did I make a mistake? So 2's not here. 2 is in one of these two cells, which means this is a 3, this is an 8 to add up to 11. Is that the mistake I made? I placed a 9 in here and then placed a 2. I don't know. No 3's in here. That's a 1-2 pair. Let's just finish that thought. What is this cell and this cell, this pair? So I call them 2, 9 to add up to 11 because it couldn't be anything else. And yeah, that looks fine to me. How did I make that break? Who knows? 5, 6 in here. Yeah, because, oh, that's the mistake I made. I said it's 1, 8 when it's a 1, 9 pair. Sorry, my bad. What else do we know? What else do we know? It's interesting. Essentially, we have a second 7, 8 in here, and it almost feels like it's going to have to be on the zipper line with 1 or 2. Yeah. In fact, that is a 9. Where can 9 be in this column? Well, it's not on the zip line. It's not here, classic Sudoku. That's a 9. That's a 1. So this is 1, 7, 8. Therefore, it has to be... Where's the 2? I'm like losing my mind today or something. There's a second 7, 8 and a 1 and a 2. Sleuth, what's going on? The 2 is definitely on here. Therefore, this is a 2, 7 pair. This is a definite 1. This is a definite 8 to complete the column. That's a 7. So I don't know why I'm suddenly tripping up on basics, but we all have our off days. This is 8 for sure and 4. Well, no. And 9. That's the 9. That's an 8. These two are 3 and 7. Can I do a bit better in here? I need a 2 in there. That's the only place for a 2. That's the 1. That's the 9. We can now just pencil mark what these are. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is now 3, 7, and 8, I'm going to say. Specifically 3, 7, 8 in here. Right. What are these two cells? Can we actually get something that adds up to 11? Can't be 2, 9. Looks like it could be 3, 8 in this order. 8 here, 3 there. That looks good to me. Now that 4, 7 is resolved. 7, 4. So 3, 8 works. 4, 7 doesn't. 5, 6 could. No, this cell sees both of them. So 3, 8 is forced. That's 3. That's 8. That's 7. That's 3. None of these are 3 anymore. Can I resolve any of these right now? I'll take a look at them in a second. Have I got anything up there? 7 is not here. It says 1 or 7, just completing the column. It's not a 7, it's just 1. 7, not 7. We need 3, 5, and 8 to complete this now. So this is not 3 or 8. That's the 5. This is 3, 8. And the 5, I'm sure, is going to do tons of work for us. 6, 5, 6, 3. I say I'm sure, but yep, the 3 gives me my 8 in here, the 3 there. The 8 gives me an 8 down here, a 7 there, a 2 there, a 7 here, a 2 here, a 1 there. And yes, it did give me loads. Now we need in here 1, 4, and 6, I'm going to say. Well, the 6 can't be on the two different 5, 6s, so that's the 6. This is now a 1 because of this 4. That's a 4, that's a 1. That 6 gives me 5, 6, 5, 6. And now to finish all of this up, this is 4, this is 7. And if I've not made any more silly mistakes in this puzzle, this is a 5 for the finish. Definitely have a heart, Azireo. I think it was more approachable than I made it seem, but it's a lovely introduction to a zipper line if you've never given any of these a go. Hope that you enjoyed the puzzle video, maybe, and have a look at some of the other zipper lines that YouTube will recommend to you next. Bye bye for now.